Gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. It's what it is. You already know what it is right here on Gunner's Profiles. And today, guess what? Ain't this a coinky dink? Ain't this a coincidence? Ain't this real talk? Yes, it is real talk. And I'm into the style in direct fashion. As you tell by that thumbnail, yeah, you didn't read it wrong. Dope House Records, Beza. How does that correlate? Now we're getting the skin fishy now, huh? Now we're getting down to it. Now, trip out. I came across an article that said Beza was signed to Dope House Records prior to his arrest for these heinous crimes, where it's alleged he did some bad stuff. Now, we all know a man is innocent until proven guilty. You know, let's just get that right out the way. It can't be on some gangster or some killings, oh, they're innocent until proven guilty, but when it comes to funny stuff, they're not, right? You never want to have that on your jacket. You never want to be walking around with that over your head, but at the same time, you are innocent until proven guilty. Real gangster lifestyles, right? Now, one thing I know about Beza is he blew up coming out of the Fresno area quite extensively, man, and he worked with Baby Bash. Now, a lot of people have been saying, damn guns, Baby Bash done worked with SPM, and we already know, sign off on that guy, what that guy's locked up for. And then he turned around, doubled back, and went and worked with old boy Beza, right? I mean, I don't know if there's some type of correlation there. I don't know if the guy is just attracted to those type of dudes, you know, but at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, it is kind of a coincidence, right? That he tends to work with guys that get these types of charges. But it doesn't mean he knew, man. I'm not going to say that Baby Bash knew. Everything that I've ever heard of Bash is that he's a real one man. He hangs around with real characters, real individuals, and he's just about his music. He's put on for the Latino community, for the raza for a long time, man, so I can't take none from him. You can't take none from him. You can't put that on his lap, like it was on Beza's. Now, according to what I read, Beza was signed to Dope House Records. You know, again, another coincidence, man. I could be totally wrong. I could be off base. But it just feels like this world generates that type of energy where them type of people are attracted to each other. You feel that? It's like magnets. You like those two? Right? And it just pulls them. You know, guard. Am I wrong? I don't know. You know, that's just like, this is a type of world where you walk around in this world, man, and the last person you want to see on earth that's with that gangster stuff, that's the person you run into. Small world, man. Now, from what I've heard about Beza so far, is he's still sitting down incarcerated. But I started to look into not only himself, but his baby's mother. See, I'm not one of those individuals that I'm quick to judge you, that I'm quick to throw it on you, that you done did that. No, that's not me. I've never been that way. I started to look quite extensively into his baby mama's things and just kind of trip out on her and what's her story? What does she got going on? And what I came to find out was this was a very tumultuous relationship, meaning that they had a lot of turmoil. This was one of those Ronnie from Jersey Shore ones. Stop beating me up. One of those, right? Where it seems like the guy is the one that's getting hands put on him. It seems like the guy is the one always getting clowned on. And I don't know where this youngster found himself in a position like this. I guess love will make you do mysterious things. Now, just to be totally honest with you, I don't side with the bad nor the good, man. I keep it in the middle like a fiddle, right? And you can't play me. I'm going to give everyone their due process and their just due because I've been in positions where I didn't get my due process. I didn't get no love, man. I didn't get no embracement, no canalismo, no none of that. And I ended up how I ended up, you know. You can't even come back to the water, gun. Oh, I'm going to go back. You know what I mean? I know I'm not liked, but I will be wiggling. You know, so I understand plights and situations when people are saying things and your name is in everybody's boca, it's in everybody's mouth, and everyone's tripping off you for one reason or another, and they don't even know what time it is. They can't even fill it up with a letter. Yeah, I said it because they ain't got no paper, right? But in real life, it's a cold, harsh feeling to know that everybody is against you without giving you your props or giving you your due. You know, you deserve that as a person, as a human being. So I don't want to woof on that character Beza. One thing I will say is for sure is the guys he was the type of organization he was fraternizing with, I don't condone just based on the fact that you already know how the metal gets down in a 9-year-old fashion, right? And we don't condone that here. But one thing I will say is for sure is if this kid was just trying to make music, if he was just trying to do his thing and this is put on him and pinned on him, this is a cold game that we live in, a cold world we live in. Happen to Pac. You know, to what degree of Tyson I can't call it, but I know it did happen to Pac. It did happen to Kobe and several other individuals, man. You know, these people are having money. They're in the limelight. They're doing their thing. And these women are, you know, hell have no fury like a woman scorn us. They're on it. You know, they're on it. And it ain't necessarily always about the money. Sometimes it's just about greed and envy, hate. You know, they do it because they can do it. They're in a position where they can. And people automatically assume. And assumption is a bad word, man. It's a bad thing because you assume that a person's bad and a person's no good, and guess what happens? You make an ass out of yourself. Spell that one time for your mind. Take off the U-M-E. Bang, bang. Now, one thing I want to say is this. Whether this youngster did this or he didn't do it, we will find out eventually. But one thing I know is for sure is I started to look into his baby mama's history, and I seen that the relationship was all bad. Okay? Now, I could put 2 and 2 together and make 4. I've been known to do that. But again, that's assuming. But just looking at it from an analytical point of view and just based on the numbers, that's it. Right? And from the back, not from the outside, not in, I'll say this. It looks like maybe she jumped the gun and she done went and put some charges on this kid, man, that's going to have him looking in a bad light, you know? Because every picture, every video that I've seen of him and his child, him and his daughter, they looked happy, okay? The kid didn't look in distress. He didn't look unpleased. He didn't look like a maniaco. He didn't look like he was trying any funny business. He looked pleased and happy with his child. Now, there's nothing worse than saying a man harmed his own child. Men are the protectors of their children, protectors of their women, protectors of their familia, their family. And to make a man feel less than is the worst thing you can do. That generates evil thoughts and crazy feelings. You know, just because you're not feeling, if he was in the club, yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yi, getting his twerk on with another chick, and you're mad because he's doing that, you automatically got to pin the worst thing that you can on him. Now it happens. You notice how it happens quite frequently in this world that we live in? They go for the gusto. It's 0 to 100. Whack 100. Oh, power! They go 0 to 100 all the time. There's no in-between time. In the meantime, it's straight from there to there. And why do they do this? Because they want to put and apply as much pressure as they can on you because you hurt their feelings. So she went to Ross and bought this new skirt. You didn't say, you said she looked good in it. So okay, that's it. You did something bad to our kids. You know what I mean? And the poor dude's all locked up. He's like, you don't understand. I have a career. Gone. You know, I have a lifestyle. Vámonos. You know what I mean? I have a piruja I'm supposed to meet up with around the corner. She's gone. I said, she's already with Tyrone. You can call on Tyrone. And she did. Or you can always call on the gun. Bust down, Tortillana. And I'll be there. You know what I mean? I'll be like Mike Jack, only without weird charges. Now, trip out. So is it quite possible that this guy's girlfriend actually checked into the police department and did this to him? It's starting to swing that way. It's starting to look that way. It's starting to look like because of their relationship and how it was up and down, there was a lot of domestic violence and a lot of domestic issues between these two, that it only seems feasible that she went this route. Now, I've seen it happen. You see it on more. You are not the father, but she swore up and down that that was the father. Then they tested 7 other people, and they are not the father either, is it? You know what I mean? Damn, there was a whole lot going on in that relationship, right? But I've seen it plenty of times, you know, on, what's the guy that throws the chair at you, Steve Wilkos, his show, where they swear up and down, all this guy done did this to my kid, he done did that, and in the end, it was just her with the gardener, and he was giving her that gardener hose. That's it. You know what I mean? His was about 10 and a half. I don't know. She was winning, though. You know, and the winner was. Now, the winner that isn't is the father, because it's forever tainting his legacy. No one's going to want to sign this dude, but maybe Dope House Record. You know, maybe they'll continue that relationship based on, do you see that guy over there? He's already locked up for a 9-year-old, so they ain't going to make no difference anyways, right? You know, that vato es pura. He did that. You know what I mean? Give him a línea because he likes it pura. You know what I mean? Straight up. And it's not good. And that's why SPM gets no airplay in certain situations, because everybody knows where he stands and how he stood for so long. Now, whether, again, if he did that or didn't do it and all that, you know what I mean? He's had 20 years to prove his innocence. That's it. We'll just say that. We'll leave that where it's at. But one thing I'll say is for sure, and these are facts, actual factuals, is that this kid right now, I believe, and this is just from the bottom of my heart, from me, just looking at it analytically, like I said, I don't think he did that. I really honestly don't. In the beginning, I was like, damn, why would you do that? You can have any hyena you want. They're all on you. I thought, you know what I mean? You look like King Liturgy. They want you, right? But then I started thinking about it, and I said, wait up, hold up. Let me look at it from a different perspective, a different point of view. Why put everything, and judge a man just because he got incarcerated? You know, I've been locked up for things I didn't do. So you stole that surf at 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? It's like, this is a slushy, yes, eh? You know what I mean? Get in my little slurp pot. Hey, this is a Slurpee right there. Isn't it Slurpee? It's a slushy. I say, watch out. See the way it wiggles? You know what I mean? You know, no, I seen you. You walked in, you stole a Butterfinger, a Baby Ruth, also. See, you got it twisted. Stop blaming me for a Butterfinger when it was a Baby Ruth. I plead innocent. You know what I mean? He said it was a Butterfinger. I say it was a Baby Ruth. Never laid a finger on his Butterfinger. Watch out, I'm gone. Orale. Baby Ruth. Now, People will say you did things in life that you didn't necessarily do to get a reaction. Now, I'm sure his baby mom, that's what she wanted. She wanted that reaction of him getting incarcerated, locked up, and that decimated look and that destructive look on his face. And that's it. All for a cold smile. Got him, right? And now he has to sit and prove his innocence, waste money on a lawyer, go to protective custody, to which there is no return. Now, once he went that route, he's all dicked up, basically meaning he's no good. In the eyes of real gangsters, they don't care what excuse you have. You should have never went there. Should never went that route. Now he's over there in the Riverside County. Ben's like at the Burpees, getting slapped up, beat up by people. It's just not a good situation that this woman has put him in, or he put himself in. Now, I'm still not saying he's innocent. I never said that. I'm just saying how it looks. Maybe. Let's throw the maybe in there, instead of always throwing the shout and chant and maybe he did it. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. The word maybe is big in this case. Okay, but like I said, you could tell a person, I'm a good judge of character. I'm very aware. I can hit a yacht and say, okay, there's the woods over there. Sprinkle them in, brother. Look at the Usos. They're doing dips. They're big. They're bigger than hell. Look at the Asians. They're quiet, but if they got a gun, it's a wrap. Them at Southside's over there. They're the deepest on the yard though. They control the yard, but at the same time, we have a wiggle in. And then these are the Northerners, and we're structured as hell, right? And I could read a yard. The brothers are going to be the brothers. You can find them located near the basketball court or playing dominoes. Period. Talking about hopes. And that's just what it is. You can read a yard and you can gauge and kind of adjust and see what a person's doing. Now, in this case, you can kind of see him and look at his background and his history and say, why would he do this? Does he have a history of maniacism? Quite possibly. But at the end of the day, does it seem like he's that type of character or person? Well, you never know. It could be anyone, right? But it doesn't look that way. He didn't have a history like SPM. SPM, all right, if you know about over there SPM, you got a history of doing this. It ain't the first time nor the last. But, we'll see how it all plays out. And we see how it did. He's sitting down, going in a white jumpsuit, talking about, I'm still the best rapper in Texas. Yeah, wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. Okay, whatever. No, that's Mexican OT. Sit your ass back. Now, one thing I'll say is this, and this is facts. Whether he did this or he didn't, at the end of the day, once trial commences and all that happens, then he'll have his day in court, and we'll see. We'll see. Just like anyone else, we got to see. But, what I got to say is this woman is not the most gracious female on earth, right? It's not the type of female that I would want to be in a relationship with, because it seems like they always fought and argued. And it seems like this is just a perfect candidate for doing this to a man. Oh, you don't want to be with me? Oh, you don't want me? You don't want me? Then this is what she's going to do. She's going to teleport to some place and say that he did something, right? And that's what people do. People that are envious or you're jealous or whatever the case may be, they're on, all that, their mind starts to go and race, and they want you to feel what they feel, and that's emptiness. They want you to feel what they feel, and that's rage. They want you to feel what they feel, and that's loneliness, sadness, and hurt. And meanwhile, in between time, you just got a tortillana busting down. You're in a whole motel room with tortillanas, just living your best life. And she's sitting there with your kid by herself. Daddy don't love us no more. And what happens? Bang, bang, boop, boop, boop. Next day, you want to settle the score. Placas at your front door. No rapper no more. Right? And he's gone. Pensa Latina. And then you got all of us, YouTubers and everyone else judging him. He did that. You heard about Beza? Bulldog's talking about, you ain't a perro, Holmes. Keep perros out your mouth. This is Pleasant Street. This is no fire. No, hell no, right? A lot of everyone tripping, right? You got a lot of people that jump the gun, jump to conclusions just based on who this guy was, without really looking into the case and giving him and the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't do this, man. I've seen so many pictures of him and his kid, and like I said, she looked like a happy child around her father. She looked like she depended on him. If he did do this, he's the worst of the worst, right? But I don't think so, gente. I really don't. But I guess just like anyone else, I'm going to sit back on the burner and wait. I just wanted to throw up that thumbnail because the correlation between him and Dope House, it just happens to be a coincidence. We already know SPM, what he does over there. SPM, he be getting anyways, and then Baby Bash, like I said, it's just a coincidence. Next thing you know, the Vato don't work. He's going to work with Macaulay Culkin, Michelle Pfeiffer, and any other person, right? He's going to try to distance himself from all that. He don't want no part of that. But Baby Bash, let's just keep it real, man. Your luck is not great. You know what I mean? But I'd be like that sometimes. You know, the wiggle was real. You know what I mean? Shorty, do I? Well, hold on now. Let's get you thinking about that song. For real though, for real though, for real though. Is that a girl in this movie or a hero? You know, I don't know. You know, violate me and I'm going from 100 to a 0. No, now that's what happens. You go from 100 to a 0. It's backwards. That's exactly what Beza did, man. He went from 100 to a 0. He went from having it his way and out there doing his thing and trying, you know, to communicate with this woman and trying to, you know, have a life and start a family at a very young age. And in the end, what happens? He gets locked up and beat up. It's not good. It's not good that the raza has to go through these changes. It's not good that anyone has to go, even the Woods, bro. We go through them too, gun. Don't act like we don't, brother. You know what I mean? Them Featherwoods are different. Get them on coffee and a little bit of crisp. We're all locked up. I know it. Right? And now, so one thing I'll say for sure, and for facts is, again, it's going to play out in court, man. I'm not going to judge this man. There will be no more videos of me saying, oh, guess what? Beza's out. No. You know, I did my little proper investigations on it, man. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to stand not on Team Beza and not on Team whatever her name is. I'm going to stand on Team Realness, man, and Raza. And I'm going to say this. We need to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. It's what's real. It's what's righteous. It's what's pura. Anyways, with that being said, man, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get every single thing that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive and struggle for one's familia. You know, we can never condone anyone touching ours, and we can never touch ours ourselves. You know what I mean? It just doesn't go down like that, especially not in my familia. Period. Plain and simple. If you like this, hit me with the thumbs up one time for your mentality. I highly appreciate you. There's a thumbnail right there. You see it? Then look over there. There's a bell, and it's going beep, 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 beep. Tap that one time. Hit all notifications. That way you're notified of all the bangers that I bring constantly every day. If you're not tapped into Gunners Collective, what are you doing right here on Gunners Profiles? Go over there. That's the mothership. This is merely just one of those little small ships on the side of the mothership, but we're really doing it. We're boom banging. We're bringing you the best possible content we can obviously bring you right here on YouTube, and that's just what it's going to be like. If you don't like me, if you think I'm a J-Cat, or you hate me, or you want to teleport to my room to watch me do crazy stuff, then I guarantee you this. Hit me with that thumbs down, because Heavy's going to be the head that wears this crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's the coming together of all people. Black, brown, double, get in, gun. Yes, the Woods, sprinkle them in, brother. Asians, Usos, everybody, man. It's all love in the hood. You know what it is. That's why we do good. Gun got love for the kids, man, but not Beza. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt this time.